Not so much on the time constraints, but I'm not sure what's going to be with this, with the video files.
Oh.
Diburei Emunah. We have a beautiful Sikha of Rabbeinu that illuminates our ways. There's also, there are some people that even things that they only think it's a mitzvah, they totally lose themselves. So instead of standing up and overcoming a little bit of krumkeit, a little bit of twistedness in the beginning of the way, they become more involved and more entangled. As Rabbeinu says, there's a yitzhar, especially tzara for gedolim, that for something that he just thinks it's a mitzvah, they mafke everything, they let over, and they become to such kilkulim, such machlokes, and he remains by his everything because he thinks it's a mitzvah. He says many times we saw our own eyes that people that just because they think, they imagine something is a mitzvah, these words of Rabbeinu already become true by them. They come to big kikulim, big machlokes. In Yerushalayim, this is a subject which is difficult to talk about. It's also difficult to advise and to help someone in such a state where he imagines something to be a mitzvah. How much more so that the person himself doesn't know how to deal with such quagmire. But one thing is clear, that this is a good eitzah that helps for this as well. A person who gets fachapt, gets kidnapped on this imaginary mitzvahs, if he wants to know if he's really dealing properly or not, has to consider and reflect well before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with Yishuv Hadas, to Mimechashav Cheshbono Shel Olam, to Mimechashav, calculate, appraise, what's what, the gain of a mitzvah vis-a-vis the loss of a mitzvah. No. Is this a shkocha or what? The gain of a mitzvah, and then everything by him goes through the melting pot of the reflection, the thinking, am I doing it right, am I doing it wrong? Also the result is carefully examined. How much did I gain out of it? What did I get out of it? And what is the loss? What happened? Only then a person is capable of not repeating himself and not to ruin and not to destruct and not to destroy himself and his surroundings by his quote-unquote mitzvahs. We see many times that with the help of a big yitzhar, a man is fachapt into some kind of order that he thinks is a mitzvah, and he is resolved that it has to be done. Be what may come, whatever it is, come hell, high water, whatever it is, that's it. So he abandons everything, he abandons himself, he's abandoning his household. and it's bichlal not clear that he's going to bring about this mitzvah, that he already deceived himself. Even if he will be matzliach to do it at the end, it'll be on a chayim, who knows how many losses, and ungefilled with fire of machloikis, and who knows what's going to be the end of it. For all these, the Rebbe gave us the Eitz of his Breidados. It's called by us Yishuv Adas. Every breath of a chosid, that the name of Rabbeinu is called on him, has to have 1 hour of Yishuv Adas. V'yizdik. Kavur. At least then you won't be confused. This Yishuv Adas is not necessarily just big things, that sometimes happen in a person's life, but also simple things between him and his household, with his wife, with his children. The entire inyan of a Breslev Chassid that lives by the Rebbe's Eitzes has to go through the measuring stick of his Breidados and Yishuv Adas, presence of mind. What's what? Because without Yishuv Adas, every small thing can confuse a person. And totally get him out of whack. Not about the smallest thing. It's until it can come to big losses. It's like a person that, for instance, it's only, I'll tell you, off camera, I can tell you this. It's not a private thing. Only through his Breidados of Yishuv Adas, a person can really appraise his ways properly, to know what is a mitzvah and what is an avera. What is the schar and what is the hefset. What you should invest your koiches and what you should totally just eradicate from your mind. Let it go. For all this, the only eitzah is his Breidados. Rabbeinu called Yishuv Adas. Sit, be alone, be misguided, settle your mind. Every day, make up your mind. Make a cheshbon. Don't be frazzled. Don't be confused. Be miyusha, be mesuda, everything that you do, you and your household and your family. Because without Yishuv Adas, every single thing will confuse you. A little argument and a little this and complaints. By him, it's a constant thing. Suddenly he thinks that he discovered this rare mitzvah. He's finished, he's resolved, he's going to do it no matter what, him, not with his surrounding, not with himself, not with what his capacity is. He doesn't know that there's a Yetzer Hara who is glad and is rejoicing that he was able to fachab it. And this mitzvah will have horrible results. And because of this, there can be machlokes, can be arguments, and b'vaday the hefsed will be much bigger than the schar that he got from that. If at all it has anything good, b'chlal. Ad kan.